We're here today with Josh Snyder, Director of Athletics at the University of Sioux Falls, with an update on Bob Young Field and the replacement of the turf. Josh, talk to the fans and people that are interested in USF football, but the University of Sioux Falls about the progress of this current project with the football field.
Sure, thanks, Dan. We had some underground issues, as we expected. We just didn't know the extent until we pulled off the turf. And so it's been a little bit of a process going through and deciding what it is we needed to do. We wanted to make sure that we did it right. We didn't want to have to come back in a few years and redo it. So, but we've got a good solution to create a better drainage system, so our planarity, we don't have the same planarity issues as we had started to have towards the end of the first turf. So they're back on construction. We should have the subgrade and drainage all taken care of in the next week to 10 days, and then the turf install will start probably that first week of August, and we should be on track by about the start of football practice.
So what does this mean? We have this delay, but now we're moving forward, and is there an excitability factor that's starting to come into the picture, so to speak?
Yeah, it's been excited all summer, but obviously we had a little bit of a delay, which caused us maybe a little stress, or just you keep looking out here every day going, all right, when's it going to start back up again? But yeah, now that I see it moving again, and I've seen some pictures of some other places that have gotten that turf actually laid, it's definitely picked up the excitement. So I'm ready for it was great to see dirt moving. It'll be even better to see turf being put down, which will happen here in the next couple of weeks, and we're very excited to get going. Fall's just around the corner.
Just a couple other things, Josh. The turf itself, what does this mean? And we've gone over this a little bit before, but let's reiterate how important branding the stadium is going to be. It's actually going to be branded really for the first time. Talk about that.
Yeah, we did have a lot of just, I guess, bland looks, and our turf was just solid green. There's some places in our stadium obviously that have pictures and signage and things, but overall you could probably replace a couple of different things or take down a couple of different things and you wouldn't know who played here. We wanted to do a better job of making sure when you step foot in this place this is the home of the USF Cougars, and our field is going to display that very prominently with a large cougar that is going to extend for about 30 yards. The end zones will say Sioux Falls and Cougars and be purple and gray. We're going to do some things inside the press box area where we're standing right now, as well as probably in the concourse, and eventually, whether it happens before this fall or not, but certainly as we continue to move, we'll continue to do more things around the stadium with signage and things to make sure you know where you're at, and we're very excited about all of that.
Finally, when you walk into the stadium, you get a feel about the championship level of this program and this football team. And now with the turf coming in and this branding of USF and Cougar football, that's going to be a really important thing for USF moving forward, right?
No doubt. This year's going to be phenomenal. Coming off an 11-1 season, a postseason victory in the Mineral Water Bowl. We've got almost every player back. We've got a couple of positions to replace, but we've got the Offensive Player of the Year in the conference returning in quarterback Luke Papillion. We have All-American cornerbacks on both sides of the field. We've got several preseason All-Americans, as you just announced the other day. We've got a great team coming back. We've got the schedule. We couldn't ask for a better schedule. We've got our in-city rival here in our own stadium. We've got the top two, the teams that tied for the co-championship last year in our conference in Mankato and Duluth, both coming here. We've got Winona State, a traditional power in our conference, coming here. We've really got a tremendous schedule. We want the Cougar fans to come out and celebrate it. We're going to have this beautiful new turf to go along with it. It's going to be an awesome year.
This really puts front and center, as you just mentioned, Coup Pride. I mean, it's our hashtag that we've been using for just about a year now, and now that's really going to come to fruition because of things like this. And also, speaking of facilities, not only out at the stadium here, but what's happening in the Stewart Center. And do you want to talk about the Stewart Center?
Yeah, absolutely. We're very excited about that. Our fans that have been coming and our certainly our players and coaches over the years have probably noticed that, you know, that the air handling in Stewart Center wasn't always the best. They could get pretty hot in there. We didn't have air conditioning. We're putting that in right now. Summer camps are going to be a whole lot better in the future, and you know, some of those big games we had last year where the crowd was packed in there and it really got warm, hopefully we'll be able to alleviate some of that problem. It's a big project. It's one of those projects that you have to do, and it's going to have a big value to our fans, our student athletes, and our coaches. But it's not one of those things that you can point to and look at and say, wow, they're building this. So it kind of has the pros and cons, but overall we're very excited about it. We're also building some new office space in there, and we're going to be doing some better branding in that building as well, and really trying to just round out our department.
Change is coming to the University of Sioux Falls, positive change, which is a great thing. Coup Pride is front and center. This is Dan Gensler with Josh Snyder at Bob Young Field. Thanks for stopping by, Josh.
Thanks, Dan.